Good morning. Oh, I got another little Christmas story for you. This is the Pooky Little Puppy's first Christmas. Man, I never had heard of this one before. So we're gonna see the Pooky Little Puppy's first Christmas. Four little puppies tumbled out of bed one morning and ran to their breakfast bowls. Then they counted themselves. One, two, three, four. Now, where in the world is that Pooky little puppy? They wondered. Pooky was still fast asleep. His mother nudged him and said, "Come on, Pooky, today is Christmas Eve." Pooky yawned and stretched, and even on a special day like Christmas Eve, he was still Pooky. Look at that guy, man! He didn't want to get up. He was a sleepyhead, huh? Pookie's family, the McRaes, were off to the woods this morning to find their Christmas tree, and the puppies were going along too. Pookie ran to catch up. Then Pookie smelled something. He slowed down to see what it could be. Look at them. See, they were all following the family there. And that little puppy there, he slowed. He didn't want to go with them. He was going to see what he could smell there. That's when Pookie tumbled, slipped, and slid down a steep, dark hole. "Help, help," he cried. "Wouldn't someone come to help me out of this slippery, slidey hole?" Man, look at that. See that? Because he didn't stay up with everybody. He fell in the hole and everything. "And I'll help you," said a friendly voice. "My name is Herman." Pookie looked up to see a young skunk peering down at the edge of the hole. Herman climbed down into the hole beside Pookie and pushed him up out of the hole. Look at that, man. A little skunk came to find him. You better watch out around skunks because they're not that friendly all the time. "You smell funny," said Pookie. Herman sniffed. "You smell funny too. Let's play." They were playing together. Herman led Pookie to a frozen pond, and the new friends slid back and forth across the ice. Look at them having fun there on the ice. Oh, man, look at that. Pookie's playing with a skunk. That skunk didn't squirt him with the stuff, though, huh? Over in the woods, the McCrees found a perfect Christmas tree near a hollow log. Mr. McCree raised his axe and whack, 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 whack until crack the tree fell over. See that, Mr. McCree? He chopped down the Christmas tree. Huh? Yeah, now they got to take it back to the house. But Pookie heard his sister's pickle call. "Pookie, come on, Pookie." He was sorry to have to say goodbye to his new friend. "It's easy to find me," said Herman. "I live in the hollow log just over that hill." See there, so he wants Pookie to come back and play with him again. How about that? Pookie ran through the snowy woods towards his home. Suddenly he saw something. Pookie stopped to sniff another strange object up and down. It was an old rubber boot. The boot was too wonderful to leave behind, so Pookie dragged it all the way home. Look at that. See that dog? He found an old boot, an old smelly boot, and he's going to drag that all the way back home. Huh? "You're late," Pookie's mother scolded him when he came through the gate. "See what I found?" he said. His mother looked at her head and said, "You can't take that messy, muddy old boot into the house." Sadly, Pookie left the boot in the garden and the gate. After dinner, the puppies helped decorate the Christmas tree. When the tree was glowing and winkling and tinkling and shimmering glass balls, Pookie's mother told her puppies all about Christmas. "And to celebrate the special day, we give each other presents," she said at the last. And then she sent the puppies to bed. Look at that. See that? The Pookie's mother even knows all about Christmas, and they were decorating the Christmas tree and everything, huh? Pookie, of course, was the last to reach the cozy cushion where the puppy slept. His brothers and sisters all soon fall asleep, dreaming of rubber balls and biscuits and bones. But Pookie stayed awake, thinking sadly about his red rubber boot. He don't care about all the new stuff. He just wants his old rubber boot. On Christmas morning, the puppies raced to the tree. They found presents for them. Pookie tore open his package, and guess what was in it? My boot, he cried happily. It was all shiny and clean. See that? Man, somebody took that boot and cleaned it all up and then wrapped it up so Pookie could have his boot back. So that wasn't stinky anymore. After breakfast, the gentle snow began to fall. Pookie's brothers and sisters went out to play in the meadow. Pookie, please come. Don't be late for Christmas dinner. Pookie ran out to the gate and across the meadow and into the woods to find Herman. Took a long time, but Pookie finally found Herman. He was wet, cold, and miserable. What happened? Asked Pookie. Herman pointed to the crushed hollow log. That was my home. The McCrees had crushed it accidentally when they cut down their tree and it fell. Oh man, poor Herman don't have nowhere to live now. Man, they didn't do I know they didn't do that on purpose, but they destroyed old Herman's home. How about that? What are we gonna do now? So Pookie felt sorry for Herman. The little skunk was all in the cold in the snowy woods, and he had no home. So Pookie took Herman home with him. Pookie's mother was surprised to find her puppy had made friends with a skunk. But Pookie's mother felt sorry for Herman too. That might she let them sleep in the doghouse outside. She couldn't let him come in the house because these skunks they stink. And Pookie gave up his warm, cozy bed in the McCrae's house to keep his friend company. Look at that. See that Pookie? He stayed out there in the cold in the doghouse with his new friend, the skunk. How about that? Man. The next morning, the most amazing thing happened. The Pookie little puppy was first out of bed. Where in the world's that Pookie little puppy? Everyone wondered. These puppies and their mother and Herman followed Pookie's tracks in the cold, crunchy snow. They went out the gate, across the meadow, and right to the edge of the wintry woods. Come look at Herman's new home, cried Pookie. What's your boot? Pookie's mother said. Oh man, look at that. Pookie gave Herman his boot to be his new home so he could live inside that boot, but that ain't a really good home. Pookie's mother was very proud of her puppy. It was only his first Christmas, but Pookie had already learned that the best gifts of all are the ones that you give. Oh man, isn't that nice? He gave him that. He gave his favorite boot that he found the other day, and he gave that to Herman, his friend, the skunk. Oh man. So you got to remember that the best part about Christmas isn't just being getting all your presents, but it's also giving love and giving presents to others. Mwah, I love you, sweetie. Bye bye.